Good evening, sim racing fans, and welcome to West Coast Sim Racing's multi-class showdown here at the iconic Road America. My name is Sean Stam, and we're coming to you live for 40 minutes of virtual high-speed strategy, precision driving, as well as cross-class drama, there we go, in this GT3 versus GT4 battle, if you could even call it that. I know the speeds continue to be, they are quite different between these two classes, but it'll be fun to watch, especially once they get near each other on track. The speed differentials will make for some passing strategy here at this 4-mile, 14-turn course right out here out of Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin. The GT3 machines got that blistering speed and also the advantage in aerodynamics. They'll be fighting for outright honors, but don't sleep on that GT4 battle. It's kind of outweighed here tonight, actually, looking like just a few more drivers in that GT4 class compared to our GT3 class. Taking a look at the weather on that right side of the screen, couldn't be a better day for racing. 65-degree ambient temperature, of course Fahrenheit, 68-degree temperature on that track, 0% humidity, 2-mile-per-hour winds to our back down that front straightaway. Just cloudy skies out here today in Wisconsin. It's going to make for a great race here today, and speaking of great race, I mean, the points continue to be ever so, if not just damn near tied. You'll see them scrolling across the bottom of your screen here. It's been a great battle, although we are already on the fourth race of the season. We'll take a look at our qualifying results and see where our drivers are starting here tonight. Looks like we're already rolling here, but Benjamin Forehand, Daniel Higgins, Ali Ixay, Daniel Parmalee, Aaron Schultz, Josh Hunter, Adrian Gutierrez, Andrew Bound. How about Nico Colby making out that front runners in GT4? Brandon Birch, Amethyst Reese right up there in that top 11. Alrighty, we are moving, grooving. We got 18 driver fields here tonight. I didn't want to miss the start here, but continuing to get down through our front runners in the GT4 class. Amethyst Reese, Brandon Birch will be side by side. How about Warren Johnson? He'll be right beside that Skippy. I believe that's is on Amethyst Reese. How about Warren Johnson? He is in this class as well. There you see these drivers already starting to split these classes. Remember, GT3 versus GT4 racing here tonight. This is going to get good. We're 2x2 here. Elkhart Lake. We are just a few moments away from green flag racing. The start is going to be in Benjamin Forehand's hands up here. Daniel Higgins going to be right there beside him. We are green flag here tonight. Multi-class racing, so we'll have to take a look at this start into this very, very tricky turn number 1, and then we'll take a look at the GT4 class right here behind them. So far, the start's looking pretty clean, mean, as matter of fact, Ali Ixay will find a spot here gained early on. We'll look at the GT4 start at matter of fact, we'll look side by side at the GT4 start. We'll start to single file it out here, though. Looks like Nico Colby has to concede that spot to Andrew Bound. Brandon Birch and Joe Rainey is following in suit. Welcome in here, everybody, tonight. Stam Studio Network. This is one of my favorite racetracks. You are going to continue to see why. We can run side by side here. Speaking of it, that's going to be Joe Rainey. He's going to look down the inside of our long straightaway here. You got to be careful. Don't want to get on those outside rumble strips. That was a nice move there for Joe Rainey. Contact out there and behind him. We're going to look 3 wide as we head up the hill. We'll settle it back down to 2. Here's Warren Johnson. This is a battle for 8th right now in the GT4 class. Looks like he's able to get down and away from this pretty hard elbows out battles already in this race. We will go back into the battle for the race lead or lack of it. Benjamin Forehand's Ford Mustang GT3 is going to find some clean air early on. Daniel Higgins, Ali Ixay, and Drew find P2 and 3. Here comes some nice battling here between Josh Hunter, another Ford Mustang. You hear him screaming down the racetrack. He's going to get that spot clear from Aaron Schultz, but not for long. Don't count out Aaron Schultz out of this battle just yet. He's shown that that long stretch speed isn't quite there for the number 41 Ferrari, but he's definitely closing that gap within our slower section of corners. Remember, 14-turn track here tonight, 4 miles each lap. Oh yeah, don't forget competition caution, 15 minutes in this race. Oh no, if you're a Steckler fan here, you might want to close your eyes. We'll take a look at a replay of an incident that ensued. I believe this was on the lap 1 race starts here. And look at this. This is Jake Steckler trying to ensue and follow Joe Rainey's footsteps here. No, that wasn't even Jake's fault there, as he had contact out that rear bumper. Hopefully not too much damage, as he's going to have to wait until finally the pits open on this. Well, they're already open, but once the competition caution kind of starts here in cycles, because let's take another look at this replay here from Jake. He definitely did have a little bit of help coming into that hard braking zone, turn 5. There you see Jake, and oh, completely missed that braking zone. It's that olive green machine there. I believe that was Brian Cow. Deep into that braking zone. There you see the aerodynamic damage already on that GT4 Porsche Cayman. He's going to continue to lose spots there, as we'll jump again once out to the battle for the race lead. Benjamin Ford continues to lead by 2.6 seconds right now. Daniel Higgins run P2 over Ali Xay. How about Josh Hunter, our biggest mover so far in the race in the GT3 class? Ford Mustangs looking like they have the pace here tonight. Aaron Schultz also hanging right there within this battle. This is once again that 41 red Ferrari, and this is through the carousel section of the track here. And trust me, if there's anywhere where you're going to get some dirty air off the front of your nose, especially through the kink here, normally it's flat out these GT3 cars, but Aaron, you heard just a slight bit of a lift there as he continues to try and close that gap to the BMW M3 GT3 right up out there in front. So far back in the GT4 class here, we've actually seen Nico Colby start to pull away. He passed Andrew Bound for the race lead in GT4 class. Andrew's going to run P2 after that battle ensued. We'll take a quick replay of it here in just a moment. Brandon Birch and Joe Rainey find themselves 3rd and 4th in the GT4 class. Andreas Profana, Amethyst Reese, Warren Johnson still right where he started, that Sprite machine. It's looking like it's got some pace here tonight. Driver 1,400 road course I rating. We'll look side by side into turns 12, 13, and 14. Not for Warren Johnson, though. It'll be Jake Steckler, Amethyst Reese, Gravel Rooster tailing out the rear ends of these machines. Coming off the most important turn there on the track, I would say turn number 14. This is a long straightaway up here into turn 1. And turn 1's a really nice passing zone, but if we hop back on board with Jake Steckler here, this turn 1, it is blind here. It invites you to either undershoot it or overshoot it here. Jake's got that benefit of that rabbit to chase Warren Johnson there. Brake lights aglow for that 24 Mercedes. This is once again battle for P7 and 8 in the GT4 classes. We got battles starting to heat up and boil in the GT3. Josh Hunter, Ford Mustang. Daniel Higgins right up there in front, that McLaren number 1 GT3. This is starting to heat up between battles. Let's see, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th out here on track. Oh, I hope you got your drink and snack in hand. Probably not going to want to leave the screen at all here tonight. I appreciate every single one of you joining in on Stam Studio Network. And if you're joining in on that vertical broadcast, make sure you mosey your way on over to the long ways broadcast, also live here on Stam Studio Network. Looking at this battle for how about Daniel Higgins? He's continuing to play some nice defense right here, but you better run, you better hide, Mr. DH, because here comes Josh Hunter. Once again, Josh is plus 4 spots now since the drop of the green. If you are just now joining us, I appreciate it. Welcome into Stam Studio Network. My name's Sean Stam, producing, directing, and commentating tonight. Also under race control, as well as we will have that competition caution just about 9 minutes time. Starting to look at what would be a DRS battle if GT3s had DRS, but nice slipstream battle starting to ensue here. Daniel Higgins still out front of this GT3 Ford Mustang for Josh Hunter for P2. As here's Aaron Schultz. Oh my, side by side with Daniel Parmalee as we'll head back down through the hill here. Quite a few of these turns, they're kind of blind turns, if you will. Not that one, but we got you got turn 1. It'll definitely sneak up on you, as well as turn, I believe it's 10, that kink. You can definitely run it flat out, but if you are starting to battle here with some other cars, heating up these newly redesigned GT3 tires within iRacing, could possibly be asking for it later on in this race. We're only 7 minutes down in this 40-minute long run. We're going to get a quick another look at, there's that battle for P2. Josh Hunter finally able to take it from Daniel Higgins. Josh up now 5 spots since that drop of the green flag. I believe Josh Hunter might have that pace for an overall race leader. 2 Ford Mustangs leading right now in that GT3 class. Real quick, we'll take a look at Josh Hunter's pass there for P2, and then I haven't forgot yet about Nico Colby's pass in the GT4 overall battle for the race lead. Here we go. There you see it there. That McLaren Daniel Higgins just gets a little bit loose as we head back and up the hill here. Josh Hunter says, thank you very much. I'll take P2. And there we go. I said I didn't forget it's here. Trust me, you got to believe me here. Holy, this was on the original opening lap here. Here's Nico's original pass over Andrew Bound. Got that Aston Heart of Racing, number 16. Door quarter clear for that GT4 race lead. Although I say that, it is not out of the running here because look at it. They're still running bumper to front bumper. I guess you call it rear bumper to front bumper. That's a Stam Studio Network logo on the back end of Nico Colby's machine. Or I believe, nope, it's not. Oh, God. Well, now this is going to be a great look here because Nico's got to have to play the defense without that SSN sticker. That 651 Andrew, he's going to try the outside. It'll transfer back into the inside line. He's still got that big old nose of the Mercedes down in there. Still side by side, up and through turns 13, 14. Here comes Brandon Birch and Joe Rainey. These two drivers are lurking here. Contact for the GT4 race lead. This is coming to complete lap 5, coming to 6. 5 minutes to go till our competition caution flies. Things are starting to get good. Heat up, broil. This is once again in turn 1. This time we'll hop on board with Brandon Birch. Does this driver make a move? He'll try the outside line into turn 1. This could get nitty. This could get gritty. There we go, Andrew. He's going to play that defense. Defense into turn 1. He's going to clear him. Back around to P2. Andrew goes. How about Joe Rainey continuing to hang in there? That Rainey Holmes racing machine. Number 17 showing he has the pace. He got a little bit loose there out of turn 3, but it'll keep right back underneath him. How about this battle for GT3? Nico Colby leading Andrew Bound. Got Brandon Birch. Of course, Joe Rainey. How about Andreas Profana? He's only 3.3 seconds back, but continues to close. Look at this. This is going to be one of the nicest passing zones that you'll be able to get here tonight from Road America. They're into turn 5. Andrew says thank you very much. He'll get a little bit wide, deposit some gravel on the racetrack there for drivers behind him. Nico Colby, I'm liking what I'm seeing right now. Nico's looking very content. He's not overdriving his GT4 McLaren machine here, although he is getting a rear view cam full of Mr. Brandon Birch. And although he did just lose the lead, Nico seems to be under composure here tonight as we'll head through this long right-hand carousel. This turn never seems to end. Let me know who you have here tonight, race fans. I know that we got battles starting to heat up all throughout the racetrack. Benjamin Forehand, he's starting to look with a 6.8 second gap. But how about this battle between Daniel Parmalee and Aaron Schultz here? This battle kind of started to heat up since that drop of the green flag originally. And that's number 41 and that number 64. Daniel Parmalee, Aaron Schultz continue to go at it. Rear bumper to front nose. This is starting to get good. Head up the hill and then back down the hill. Then back up and then back down. Gotta imagine the G-forces that these drivers are experiencing here. It's not just kidding, but in real life, I could only imagine. My goodness. Benjamin Forando still looking like he has what it takes. This black and gold Ford Mustang. This is a 2,400 road course I-rating driver. He's got right now Josh Hunter, who is a 4,000 road course I-rating driver, beat by 7 seconds right now, and the gap is steadily continuing to grow out there for Forehand. Daniel Higgins and Ali Xay, this battle starts to heat up as well. Daniel Higgins, he's going to lose one spot since the drop of the race, losing it to our biggest race mover, once again, Josh Hunter. He's going to work his way up to P2. Daniel falls his way back to P3. He's got Ali Xay starting to knock on that rear diffuser, though. All right, real quick, before we get too close to this competition caution, go ahead, enjoy the sights and sounds of Road America here tonight. Go ahead, crank it up. I'll be right back with you up here in the booth. Alrighty, welcome back in here to Stam Studio Network, where we have a heap of cars pitting here. Crank it back down before I get a little bit too excited, because race leader, as well as Ali Xay, this GT3 class, Benjamin Forehands, Ali Xay into the pits. Amethyst Reese is now in and out of the pits. These are drivers all taking their fuel stops here right before this caution will fly. Amethyst Reese, Ethan Holland, Warren Johnson, Stone Colby, Lewis Holloway, all in and out of the pits here. Just 9 seconds to go before this caution flies. Speaking of it, it should be okay. I'm taking this race one step at a time here. It is continuing to just blow me away how close these drivers continue to get on a 4-mile long racetrack. Well, so much for that. We're going to rack them all back up here, get these gaps even closer than what they just were, get some wave rounds happening. So far, it'll be Josh Hunter, Daniel Parmalee, Benjamin Forehand, first, second, third, Ali Xay, Adrian Gutierrez in fourth and fifth, although they are down and into the pit lane right now. We'll have to see if they make their way up by that pace car, or, I mean, everybody's getting waved around here tonight, so I think it just matters if you'll start at the front of the rear of the pack, respectfully. Looks like Nico Colby, he continues to run P2, that GT4 class, to Mr. Andrew Bound up here in front. Brandon Birch, Joe Rainey, Andreas Profana, Jake Steckler, Brian Cow, Amethyst Reese, Ethan Holland, Warren Johnson, Stone Colby, Lewis Holloway. I imagine the old Warren Johnson will be calling me here in just a moment, but I just saw all these drivers that were down a lap, and they're no longer shown down a lap right here, so I'm curious. I'm not going to give any wave rounds here just yet, just in case that would put them over one lap the field, and so we're gonna call things very cautiously here tonight from the race control side of things. And you know who doesn't have to call it cautiously? Well, he might have to, depending on this race restart. I know they're going to be single file, thankfully not double file for, says Benjamin Forehand, as he has led every single lap here tonight from Road America. This number 35 GT3 Ford Mustang is continuing to show the pace. Oh, and not even tonight, but quite a few races here that we have seen Benjamin show some pace, and that's, I can't even say that, sponsor. I'm not even going to try. Benjamin, you got me beat with that one. Got the field beat right now. At least on strategy calls, we have to see what Daniel Parmalee and Josh Hunter think to do right now running P1 and 2. So if you are newer here, yep, just give us a few moments time here. We just got the whole field catching back up here, and it's if you thought this racing was good, I thought this racing was good so far. Nope. Grab yourself that drink, grab that snack while you have a moment's time here right now. Don't leave that broadcast here. Come on, put that drink down and come on, sit back down and enjoy a nice. It'll probably be 17, 18 minutes to go in the race when we do get back to green flag racing here. I'm still not showing any drivers down a lap, so that will definitely shorten this competition caution time, as well as these drivers starting to play that pit stop strategy here before the pit stops close. There you see Josh Hunter, Daniel Parmalee. Yeah, I'm not showing that these two front runners have pit just yet here. Benjamin Foran did there on lap 7. So we're on lap 9 here, so that was just 2 laps ago. Everybody else, though, just about that same strategy on 3rd through 8th place right there. And then these GT4 cars, looks like Andrew Bound through Brian Cow. Those drivers did not pit. Amethyst Reese, Ethan Holland. These drivers are now shown, at least it was a lap here for a moment. I don't know if I give the old wave around or not. I'm still waiting on the call from a league owner himself, but I'm sure that these drivers are still waiting on pits to open. I'll see if I got a command here in the simulator. Okay, not just yet, but I am actually showing quite a few cars down a lap, so I will hit the old wave around button here. I don't want anybody to feel left out. So just 1 moment's time here. Alrighty, I will be right back with you up here in the booth as I continue some more race control duties. Alrighty, welcome back here. We're just getting everything all sorted out here. I know it could probably get a little bit boring here under caution, but stick with us here. We're just going to bring you some more great racing here in just a few moments' time. Get everybody caught all back up to the pack here, and something that I've really seen so far. Oh, excuse me here, Andrew Bound. Oh. Okay, that's what I was going to say. I don't think that those drivers that I was mentioning have pit yet. Right now, the only driver who has not pit is GT4 class runner Andrew Bound, but he should be, let's see, he's behind the safety car, so I don't know if Andrew just has a little bit of secret fuel in the tank here. It'll be interesting to see if he's got enough fuel to make it to the end of the race, as every single other driver is now pit. Let me know if audio levels are a-okay down there below. We're still, let's see, is the lights out? I'm keeping an eye on everything. Goodness, producing, directing, commentating. Goodness, and race control now. I feel like an octopus with 8 arms, I guess you'd call it. But we'll keep things moving and grooving here under racing or pacing conditions here. I'm very curious how this strategy is going to work with Daniel Higgins. He pit on lap 6, which he should have enough fuel to make it to the end of the race here. Doing that, he what would you call it, jumped in strategy over Benjamin forehand, and like in a very, very similar condition here, or whatever you call it, scenario. Remember that Formula One World Championship here where we didn't get the lap cars waved around or something, and then so it got between Lewis and Verstappen there, and or whatever that was down there in Abu Dhabi. It was a couple years ago, but I remember watching that, and that's just, this is all slowly right now bringing me back to that exact moments right here. As we're going to have Andrew Bound, a GT4 class driver. It'll be interesting to see if he pulls out of line, knowing that he doesn't have the power and aerodynamics as these other GT4s. I know Andrew, he is a smart man, but it's going to be interesting to see what his strategy play here is, as we should be coming to at least 1 lap to green flag racing. Matter of fact, take a look at it here. Andrew, look at this. It is only GT3s around him. It is not until back here to Nico Colby. And that number 16, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is 6 cars separating these two. This is exactly what you want, I guess you call it, if you're Andrew Bound. But if you're this GT3 front-running class, or even Nico Colby, who had to pit, and now he'll start back in the tail end of, or what would be the starting end of this GT4 pack. It's going to be interesting to see how things play out. See Nico trying to warm up his front tires there. Daniel Higgins, we should be getting lights out on that iRacing safety pace car. You see on that right side of your screen, still all these drivers trying to catch up to the field. Welcome in here once again, Stam Studio Network. I appreciate sincerely, come on now, from the bottom of my heart, every single one of you that have joined in here tonight. Not only tonight, but if you're going to watch that race replay of it, whatever it might be, sincere, I appreciate it from every little bit of me. Also appreciate the sponsors and affiliates who make this all possible. Of course, Zane Khan Coaching. They will find you the time that you need here within the sim world. Cotton Bowl Speedway, that is not within the sim world, but one of the best dirt tracks within North America. If you're ever down here, South Texas, right outside of Austin. Race to Stop Suicide, something a little bit more personal and close to me, but just check on those friends and family members around you every so often. It's not just a hey, how's it going, but generally check in on those friends and family members. West Coast Sim Racing, we got the MultiClass series tonight, as well as that GR86 series every Monday night here. Of course, both series live on Stam Studio Network. Tomorrow night, we got the Sports Car Endurance League GR86 TCR, as well as that GT4 MultiClass race live from Canadian Tire Motorsport Park. That'll be a fun 2-hour, 40-minute long endurance race here. Look at these drivers. They are happy that we are one flag to go here before racing here. We are trying to heat these brakes, heat these tires, get them all up to operating temps and pressures here tonight. As Josh Hunter, right now he sits +2 spots gained since that original drop of that green flag. This is going to get good as we're still seeing Andrew Bound, GT4 class leader. He will start in P2. This will get good. Keep your eye on this number 651, this pace differential. It's going to be wild to see once they do finally get up to rolling speeds here. We've got about half this lap to go. This is how long this track is. 4-mile track, 14 turns. Here's a quick left-hander, hard on the brakes. Then you gotta get on the gas down here through Speedville. This carousel, long right-hander. Reminds me of that one we got out there in Watkins Glen, but I think it's even longer. I'd say you're just on and off gas, brake. We got Warren Johnson calling me real quick. I'll be right back with you up here in the booth. Apologies for that once again, but we just got some more penalties to clear here. But right now, the field is going to be, oh, there you see it. Andrew smartly, he gets out of the way. He's going to dive into the pits there as we're going to have Daniel Higgins, Benjamin Forehand all take us to the green. Alrighty, well, that was a nice cordial start up here out in front. We'll have to see what happens here a little bit further on in the back of the pack. Sorry, just a little bit more penalties to clear. Finally got it going here. Looks like Daniel's going to clear Benjamin. How about, oh, a little bit of gravel thrown up here on the racetrack. We'll keep things moving and grooving. Or will we? Here comes Adrian Gutierrez as well as Aaron Schultz. That'll look side by side. That Porsche will run wide for Adrian Gutierrez. Daniel Parmalee will start to close in on this gap. Rock still rooster tailing out the rear ends, the diffusers of these machines. There you see that GT4 battle start to ever so slightly fade away there in the rear of the screen. That Porsche Caster and Camber number 9, Adrian Gutierrez. Oh, another one gonna run wide. I believe that's gonna be Daniel Higgins. He has to take that more offensive line as he's gonna try to open up the corner. Contact for the race lead. Benjamin Forehand around, race leader. He has led every single lap here today except for this one. Benjamin Forehand around. Things happen quick here tonight from Road America. We'll take a quick replay at that and then get back to some more racing action. Benjamin Forehand, unfortunate for this driver. Oh, there you see another spin in the background. This was 2 spins coming to one corner here. Oops, excuse me, this is Josh Hunter. That was Benjamin Forehand back there in the background. We'll take another look at it here. He's already off track there, so I believe he actually had contact with Brian Cow as well as possibly been Amethyst Reese. We'll take another look. Sorry for the replay cuts here. I'm finally able to get it. No, Benjamin Forehand, tires back, still at lower pressure as well as cooler temperatures. He's going to just spin on his own right in front of that rival Ford Mustang as well. Josh Hunter with some immaculate evasive action right now, right there. Somehow to miss that spinning Benjamin Forehand. What a race restart. There goes that number 64 in the background. That was, of course, Daniel Parmalee who went around there, that BMW GT3 machine. Real quick, we're going to hop back on board with this Benjamin Forehand incident. And with our race leader, if Josh Hunter doesn't have the reflexes of a cat here, take a look at what he did. Boy, I don't know how you do that there behind the wheel if you're Josh Hunter. Reflexes once again like a cat. There we see once again 64 Daniel Parmalee going around. Some more replays as racing continues to heat up. This was back in the GT4 class. Brian Cow, Amethyst Reese both involved in this one. Brian Cow once again very deep into this braking zone. He's going to take out 1-2 cars there. Bowling pin action. Alrighty, well, Josh Hunter, there we see once again, matter of fact, through the same section of the track. We are now back to live racing action here. Finally, I know it. Apologies for all the replays here, but there was so much that had ensued there within that race restart. Aaron Schultz right now, that driver will find himself up to P2. How about Daniel Higgins? He continues to show some really, really nice pace here tonight from Road America. These drivers making their way through that long, winding carousel. Right-hander that never seems to end. There's a Stam Studio Network, Brandon Birch, VehicleBuyers.com machine. He's going to run a little bit wide. He was right there, right behind Benjamin Forehand, but unfortunately that pace differential between the GT3 and GT4 class, well, there you see it. Benjamin Forehand just leaving him in the dust, as well as finally making his way back around Joe Rainey. Got Nico Colby, who he'll work his way back around through this kink section. Nico Colby's going to run wide right here. This is going to be a battle for the race lead in GT4. Joe Rainey says, thank you very much. I'm going to take that race lead away from the Nico Colby himself. Holy Joe Rainey, he let me know that he wasn't too fond of these GT4 running cars here before the drop of the green flag, but right now he's definitely showing that he has that pace. Rainey Holmes racing to the lead in GT4 class. forget about this battle for P2 continuing to heat up, broil within the GT3 class right now. It's going to be Aaron Schultz as well as Daniel Higgins. Daniel definitely has this pace so far to hang right there within that P2 running driver of Aaron Schultz. But unfortunately, Josh Hunter, I don't know what it was with these Ford Mustangs. We're continuing to see Benjamin Forehand dive and slice and dice through his way through the field here. Another Ford Mustang who continues to show some pace. Where's that battle for Joe Rainey? He's starting to run away with that race lead here. Nico Colby, after just running ever so slightly wide through the kink section, he'll take away P2 right now. Unfortunately, fall back to P2, you could call it. That Stam Studio Network, once again, vehiclebuyers.com machine. If you're looking to buy, if you're looking to sell, vehiclebuyers.com, overstockvehicles.com. That's two very similar paint schemes going to run nose to tail right now. Jake Steckler coming off that race win last night in the Apex Motor Club Sim Racing Series. His paces are starting to heat up here tonight. That's pink, vehiclebuyers.com machine. Ever so slightly starting to reel in Mr. Birch here. Matter of fact, I'm talking the talk, but right, I can show the graphics and they will walk the walk here. Brandon Birch compared to Jake Steckler there. Excuse me, this is Nico Colby right here compared to Brandon Birch. There's it's looking like a Christmas tree, I will say. It's a lot of back and forth action there, but if we do compare, looking at 10, 11, and 13 more specifically. Look at those times gained. That was 3.5 seconds gained in one lap for Brandon Birch. Matter of fact, lap 13, 1.3 seconds gained. Now, if we compare Brandon Birch to Jake Steckler, also a little bit of Christmas tree action there, but once again, lap 9, 10, and 13 telling the story. Battle on track right now. We got about 3 of them. We'll hop on board with league owner battle right here. Warren Johnson trying to reel in another Stam Studio Network. It's a paint job there. There you see it. That very big vinyl sticker there on that rear bumper of Mr. Andreas Profana running that Lightning McQueen inspired paint scheme. Holy, Warren Johnson's gonna go for a play in the sand here. We're not at the beach, Warren. Get it back on track, man. Number 24 just ran a little wide. We'll take another replay and see what just happened there. Once again, things happen pretty quick here at Road America. These corners continue to sneak up on you here. I think it's just a little bit of an overcorrection. Yeah, into the play sand he'll go. Matter of fact, get a little bit of air time there within the rear. The suspension going to work there, keeping Warren Johnson safe within the virtual machine. Josh Hunter, Aaron Schultz, Daniel Higgins, 1, 2, 3 up in the GT3 class. Here comes Nico Colby, starting to ever so slightly reel in Joe Rainey right now. He's cracking on that the fishing rod reel there. Look at him. He's reeling him in. He's almost to the boat there. Is Nico Colby's fish. He called Joe Rainey that. I don't know where that comes from here, but I'm saying it because look at it. It is visually closed. These gaps here, what was barely within the same camera shots, we'll cut it back downtown to just 0.3, 0.4 seconds separating Joe Rainey. Nico Colby, don't count out Mr. Brandon Birch. He's still lurking in the distance for that P3 spot. Just 0.7 seconds back from Nico Colby. Here's some nice side-by-side. Andreas has it over Amethyst Reese right there. That sippy machine. There you have it. Amethyst Reese going to try the crossover move here, possibly. Nope, not going to have that inside. Andreas going to play some really nice defense there over Miss Amethyst Reese as we come to probably just 2-3 laps to go here. Andreas is going to run wide, overcorrects the BMW. He's going to keep it out of that wall, though. Andreas Profana, he will unfortunately fall back down to P7 right now. Amethyst Reese will take away P6 with, once again, it just takes that slightest bit of an incident there. We saw Nico Colby lose that lead within that kink corner. We saw Joe Rainey take it away, but are we going to see possibly this reversal action here? Nico Colby continuing to reel in Joe Rainey as we'll head our way through that most important turn 14, down that start-finish stretch here. 37th minute out of 40 should be coming to 2. At least our white flag next time by Joe Rainey, Nico Colby. This is the battle for GT4 lead. Nico Colby's going to try and send it. No, just playing with Joe Rainey's rear view mirror right there. Aston Hart of Racing Machine is definitely showing that he has the pace. Of course, the Rookie of the Year, Real Life Apex Motor Club MX5 Cup Car Racing. Nico Colby continues to reel in Mr. Joe Rainey. Joe Rainey races real life with this driver on track. These drivers know their weaknesses. They know they're a little bit better than one another here. We're going to see Nico Colby. He's going to try and dive it down the inside line. Joe Rainey not opting to play the defensive move here. Nico Colby, once again, not quite deep enough to make that pass work here. He's going to have to slot back up into P2. We're not missing anything out here around in the GT3 class. Josh Hunter, Daniel Higgins, Aaron Schultz, Ali Xay, Adrian Gutierrez out up front. Joe Rainey, Nico Colby. Joe has got to be sweating in his virtual seats right here. He's continuing to hold off a hard-charging Nico Colby. We have seen this time and time again. The pace between these two drivers. We're going to head our way through a little bit of gravel section here. That's going to result in a slight bit of grip loss between these, every single one of these drivers that just ran through that gravel section here. Joe Rainey, he's now got that lead, but not for long. Here comes another charge for Nico Colby. This will be a nice run down another little short shoot of a back straightaway as we make our way through that kink there. That very turn that Nico Colby lost that lead on. As this battle continues to heat up, another battle that starts to heat up right here. If you're in the driver's seats, I'm not sure if you're starting to love it, if you're starting to hate it here, as Warren Johnson and Andreas Profana continue to go at it. This will be for the 39th minute in the race. Josh Hunter, he's just got to have to come around and take the, he's on the white flag right now. Nico Colby, Brandon Birch, Joe Rainey. This battle continues to heat up. Broyle will work our way on their white flag lap as well. I think Nico Colby is abiding his time right now. He knows that we have kind of two straightaways to make a move. Of course, I just said that. He's trying to make that, he pokes down the inside, but once again, doesn't really have the run to make anything work here. Josh Hunter, Daniel Higgins, Aaron Schultz, still the top three up out front. Man, Joe Rainey, if you can pull this off over one of the best drivers that I have seen within the sim racing universe as well. Shoot, you could even call it real life as well. Nico Colby, if you have what it takes to put it on Joe Rainey after Joe Rainey has led every lap within these past few in the GT4 series, this is going to get good, and Brandon Birch continues to lurk. He is waiting for possibly a slight bit of contact between these front two runners in the GT4 class. Joe Rainey, he's got that gap still about solidified, 0.3 seconds between the two. Josh Hunter's working with 6 seconds up out front. Real quick, Josh Hunter will come around and make it official. Checkered flag is out. Josh Hunter, Daniel Higgins, Aaron Schultz will take 1, 2, and 3. Back to this battle for the GT4 race win, you could call it here. Joe Rainey looks like he's going to have just a little bit more of a gap here through the carousel section. Nico Colby's not going to have that slipstream run that he originally thought he would. Nico Colby's going to have probably 2, 3 more chances at really trying to make a pass here. There we see it. That slipstream run is starting to make a slight bit of effect for Nico Colby. It's going to take a dive bomb of the century if Nico wants to find his Aston Heart of Racing Machine into victory lane. Joe Rainey, we have seen the pace that this driver has. He's going to put it all together tonight if he can hold off Nico Colby for 1, 2 more turns here. Joe Rainey, you better run. You better hide. Final chance for Nico Colby. Does Nico dive down the inside? No, he doesn't, but it's going to be a final run to the checkered flag line here. Who's it going to be? Joe Rainey? No, run for Nico. Joe Rainey taking the checkered flag in GT4. Nico Colby, unfortunately, will take P2. Turns Joe Rainey after the checker. This is all for fun. Don't report us. This is all for fun. Brandon Birch will take P3. Jake Steckler, how about it? Stone Colby will take P4. Amethyst Reese will take P5 in that P6 in the GT4 class. Warren Johnson, after some immaculate battling there with Mr. Andreas Profana, Warren will take P7 in GT4. Ethan Holland will take P8, making it official here as he makes his way across the start-finish line. Andreas Profana will take P9 in that GT4 class. Andrew Bound. Unfortunate run for Andrew here tonight. He was leading every single lap before that competition caution flag flew. Lewis Holloway, Brian Cow makes their way 17th, 18th, and 19th here tonight. Goodness gracious, what a race, what a finish. I'm sweating right now. I'm sure that these drivers are as well. Stick with us here. We'll bring some driver interviews for you here. The top 3 in both GT3 as well as GT4 class. Congrats once again to Josh Hunter, Daniel Higgins, Aaron Schultz taking that GT3 top 3 away. We'll take a look at our race results, then it gets our driver interviews rocking and rolling here. Those top 3 just before mentioned. Ali Exe, Andrew Benjamin Forehand, Adrian Gutierrez, Daniel Parmalee, Joe Rainey. Woo boy, Joe, that's going to be a good interview there. Coming away with the race win in GT4. Nico Colby will take P2. Of course, Brandon Birch P3. Once again, I know I was just walking down that GT4 class, but I'll do it here once again. These are overall official results. Jake Steckler will take P11. Stone Colby will take P12. Second tier. Amethyst Reese 13th. Warren 14th overall. Ethan Holland, Andreas Profana, Andrew Bound, Lewis Holloway, Brian Cow rounding out our 19 driver field here tonight. Let's cut to some driver interviews here. This is going to get good. Oh boy. 1 second here. Apology. Here we go. Alrighty, Josh Hunter, how about it? You got yourself a copy, man. Uh-oh. Mike, is my Discord screwed up? Oh, it could be. Okay, one sec. I think it is here, boys. Sorry, this is on my end. 1 sec. All right, how about it? Goodness, Josh, you got yourself a copy? Apologies there.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man, I'm here.
All righty. Oh, boy. Josh, that Ford Mustang, all these Ford Mustangs had pace here tonight, but you're the lucky man that's going to find his way down into victory lane. Walk us through your race kind of briefly here tonight, man. What was it like there behind the wheel, especially on both the race start as well as the race restart?
Race start just kind of just let everyone do their thing and save tires and save some fuel. Restart was a little sketchy once that Mustang spun out in front of me. Almost wasn't able to avoid it.
Goodness, Josh, you had reflexes like a cat there. I don't know how you missed him. Your wheel was probably locked at least 180 degrees, it seemed. Man.
Yeah, I almost spun trying to avoid him too, but luckily it just worked out.
Well, Josh, congratulations on your race win here tonight, the West Coast Sim Racing League. Who we shouting out? Who makes it all possible for you, man?
You and Warren, as usual. And everyone that's joins these races makes it a good time. Safe, clean racing. That's about it.
It's safe racing, it's clean, it's competitive, it's still elbows out there as well. Josh, thanks for taking a few moments time in our race interview here. Congrats once again, and give you the old authority. Go and celebrate it all here tonight.
Hell yeah, thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Josh. With that, we'll cut to P2 driver, Mr. Daniel Higgins.
I'm here.
Hey, Daniel, how was that track temp here tonight? I know at least once the race started, we were working with some pretty cool track temps.
Yeah, I was struggling on the cold tires on both restarts. As you can tell, I went wide on the same turns both times and let a couple guys through. And yeah, but once it got up to temp, I felt a lot better towards the end of the runs. Yeah, it's too bad. Ben spun. He was flying. He was flying there tonight, and Josh is always super fast, and had a great battle there with Schultz. Yeah.
And, well, I'm glad that you mentioned that there about the cold tires. The cold tires on the cold track surface, because I really think that's exactly what happened to Ben there as well. He just went a little.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me, that's not the replay there, but yeah, Benjamin, we saw it there, just a self-induced spin, but he drove his way back all the way up to P5, just showing the pace that he has. Pretty cool.
Yeah, the top three had great pace, and yeah, I just felt like I was on ice those first few laps, few turns, and it was costing me a lot. But it was a good race.
Well, Daniel, before we get going to Aaron Schultz as well as the GT4 class here, who we shouting out?
You, Warren, and everybody who races here.
Yes, that goes a long way, Daniel. This is a great group of racers, great, clean, competitive group. It's getting hard to beat these broadcasts, Daniel. I appreciate you taking the time, and have a great rest of your night here, man.
Thank you, you too.
Alrighty, Aaron Schultz, how about it? You got yourself a copy.
Hey Sean, yeah, that was a really fun race. I just got in it last night. Warren sent me an invite, and so today after work, just got home, tried to get in the race last minute, and instead of practicing, I tried to make my livery from the MX-5s for like 20 minutes or so, and then joined for quali. So great decision there.
Yeah, I like it. You got the all priority straights.
I had to.
Hey, you'll drive it all the way up to P3 here, Aaron. I saw some really nice pace here tonight. I know that's only 1,000 road course I rating. It's that can't be right here with the pace you had. This is a really nice run. Who we shouting out to makes it all possible.
I appreciate it. Well, first of all, shout out to Daniel. That was a really great race between us. I kind of found out early that the tires would be cold on the restart because I boxed early, didn't know when the competition caution would be, and immediately just put it in the wall. I'm sure you guys got it, but so I knew as soon as we restarted, everybody would just be spinning out and all that, so I got lucky there. But yeah, shout out to Daniel, shout out to Warren, shout out to Crown Racing. My friend Kyle Klein's watching right now, just texted me after the race, shout out to him. Yeah, a super fun league, thank you guys.
Man, that's so cool when you get the all friends and family members involved here. And I was gonna I didn't originally see it, but you mentioned it, and now I found the replay of the old the cold tire incident for yourself. But like you said, Aaron, that could have been a blessing in disguise. It kind of let you know beforehand. Oh, I didn't mean that. Okay, the best pun of the year right there. It let you know beforehand on that race or restarts kind of how the tires would kind of handle.
Yeah, exactly. No, it was kind of good to learn that early. I didn't realize it at first. I was just kind of, pissed off that put it in the wall in the first race here, but fun racing all around.
Alrighty, Aaron, we appreciate that, man. Congrats on your podium finish here tonight.
Cool, thank you.
Alrighty, I hope he's in here. This is going to be a great interview. Mr. Joe Rainey, how about it?
How are you doing there, Sean?
I'm doing great after this race. Remember that text you sent me before it? I would love to go back. I am going to read it right now. I'm going to read it word for word. We will see how bad I am tonight in a GT4. Yeah, my butt here. Congrats on the GT4 win. Joe, how did you make it happen here tonight?
Well, I just kind of hung in there and didn't make mistakes. That helped. The pit stop worked well. I don't know. There was a guy in front of us, I think, that was a little faster than all of us. I can't remember his name, but he forgot to pit, or he pitted later and lost a lap, and so it put him out of the race. I just don't know what he was thinking, but it worked out. I think the key was we took 3 of us were talking, and we decided to take new front tires at the pit, and that actually kept our pace up. So I think that was a key part of it, and we pitted it during the yellow, I think, which today was fine if you're in the front pack, instead of going early. I know some people tried to go early and we thought that'd kill us, but it didn't.
Well, I really like how Warren's got these cautions set up. It's the 15th minute for the MultiClass, and then 20th minute every GR86 Monday night race. But that's why I love it. We have we got the strategy calls, and it is unfortunate there, you said there, for Andrew Bounty. He had some really killer
Andrew.
pace, but
yeah, I don't know what he was thinking, but he probably just didn't know he had to fuel. I figured he probably just didn't really know he had to pit. So it's probably my bet. But anyway, yeah, no, it was great. And I'd say if I'm thinking anybody tonight, it would be Benjamin Forehand in the GT3 car, because he passed he passed Nico in the worst place on the track on the inside of the kink. He screwed Nico's race up a lot. Goes in, Nico goes in the grass. I go past Nico and I get the win. So good for me, terrible for Nico because a GT3 car passed where he shouldn't be passing. But other than that, it's good.
Man, I kind of referenced that here in the pre-race stuff, how this is going to get with the multi-class racing. The speed differentials, they get so tight, and the
GT3 car, the GT3 cars in this group need to learn to, they're the fastest cars, and they shouldn't ruin a GT4 guy's race. Just, they need to wait and pass after the corner, not pass in the corners. But we'll learn. Hopefully, they'll all learn sooner or later.
Yeah, it's oh man, it's so hard. I remember when I first got into multi-class, and there were a few incidents I got myself into. Whether I was on the slower end of things or the faster end, it's it's an art form on passing in multi-class. And like you said, we'll get it down. But I guess
I got to learn how to pass it. Anyway, it was fun. The top 4 or 5, it was close the whole time. Great racing, very clean. Yeah, it's fantastic.
That it was. Sorry, it just showed Nico as the winner. That would be Joe Rainey. Joe, congrats once again on your class win. We'll hopefully see you next Monday night in the West Coast Sim Racing League.
Yep, thanks Sean, and thanks Warren for doing this. It's a fun time.
Hey, thank you, Joe. You have a great rest of your night, man.
You too.
All right, man whose name just came up. How about it? Nico Colby, you got yourself a copy.
Yeah, I got a copy.
All righty, man. You're going to surf your way up to P2 here tonight. You're fighting those last couple, matter of fact, the last 3 laps there with that race lead. Got a little tight there into the kink, but find yourself P2 here tonight. What was it like there behind the wheel?
Yeah, it was pretty fun race. Tight with Andrew, with Joe and Birch, and just overall fun race, except getting passed in the worst spot of the track and just running me into the grass. But it's racing, it happens. So just good race overall.
That was a really good race to watch here. I couldn't imagine they're behind the wheel of the car, especially multi-class action. Track's a little bit skinny there, and you're gonna get ran just a little wide into the grass. You'll go, unfortunately, lose that the lead in the GT4 class. But Nico, we continue to see the pace race in and race out. Who would you like to shout out?
You always for broadcasting these races. Warren for putting on the league. Just everyone that races that makes it fun. Mom, dad, family, and friends that watch, and just everyone that makes it fun racing.
Well, thank you, Nico. It's so much fun to watch you drivers go at it week in and week out, and have a great rest of your night, man.
You too, thank you.
Alrighty, Mr. Brandon Birch, I believe P3 in the GT4 class, vehiclebuyers.com, McLaren 36. You got yourself a copy.
I'm here.
Alrighty, Mr. Birch, how about it? Walk us through your race here kind of tonight, man. You were lurking P3 just about kind of that whole second half of the race.
Yeah, I had a couple spots where I thought I was picking up the pace, and then I'd fall off in a couple corners. So overall, it was good. Me and Nico and Jake and Joe and Stone, we were all talking through the whole thing, trying to strategize the pit and everything, and it ended up working out pretty well. So, yeah, it was pretty solid.
Now, I know this should kind of be on me to tell people, but I guess it's too late now. Did you take tires that pit stop, and if so, how many?
Yep, 2 fronts.
Hey, there you go. There's that secret strategy right there, at least from Road America tonight.
That's right.
Alrighty, well, Brandon, I appreciate you taking some time. I know you kind of got to wait there a little bit being third in the GT4 class for the interview, but I appreciate you once again. And who would you like to shout out to? Makes it all possible.
Yeah, you and Warren for putting on the league, you and broadcasting, vehiclebuyers.com if you ever want to sell your car, overstockvehicles.com if you ever want to buy a car, and as always, Logan's always watching the stream. Appreciate it.
Hey, we appreciate that. And real quick before we jump to Mr. Warren Johnson, I didn't see any chats down there live in YouTube. I think everybody was down probably in the vertical stream here tonight. I was trying something new behind the scenes, but regardless of that, we appreciate that. And Logan, if you are watching, we know that you're watching. Well, we greatly appreciate it there, and bet it's cool to see your buddy come there, finish P3. Thank you, Mr. Brandon Birch. Have a great rest of your night. With that being said, we got one more driver to interview. Matter of fact, it's the league owner himself, Mr. Warren Johnson. How about it, man?
How we doing, Sean?
Hey, doing all right after tonight. This was a really, really fun race to watch up here in the booth. One of my favorite tracks for a reason. How are you doing, more importantly?
I'm doing good. I had a decent race. I started 7th, ended 7th. So, yeah, it was a good run, good little run.
Well, Warren, that was fun to watch you go side by side quite a bit there. I saw quite a few battles there with Andreas Profana. Not only one, maybe two, maybe even 3 laps there. But what makes it fun is this track is wide enough to get some side by side action. You're going to finish P7 here tonight. Who we shouting on? Who makes it all possible?
Well, you know, the whole league, everybody that races, you, Apex, 86 Challenge, all the normal people, I'm thinking, all the new people that joined, you know, they're having a good time. Aaron's on the podium in his first race with us, so that's exciting. Andrew is going to be on the podium.
Oh.
But yeah, unfortunate for him. So I was going to explain that a little bit. He was saying that when he passed the pit lane, that's when the pit lane opened. And he was already past the marker, so he couldn't go in. And that's when it said pit lane open. So I don't know what happened there. What I think I'm going to do is, because this has been an issue in like most of the multi-class races, I'm going to probably take away the pit stops and just do, there's only a competition caution, so that there's no confusion with pit stops and fuel. I know it's fun, but it's like, all these flag glitches were happening. Like, it told me to go around the field twice. I don't think you actually selected to go twice. And then, because I've seen that happen in the SCEL series, where a bunch of weird stuff happens in multi-class competition cautions.
Okay. Well, that makes me feel better, at least.
Yeah, no, it was. I don't think it was you at all. I've seen weird glitches like that. Like, it was telling me to pass people, but there was no reason for me to pass them. There was like some weird black flags and like passing under yellows and stuff, and that's why I called you a couple times. And,
no, you're fine, man.
Had to get it figured out. So, well, we'll see if we change it or not. I don't want people's races getting ruined. So, we'll take a look at that and see what it does. But yeah, just thanks everybody for watching. And what do we got on Monday? I think what race is Monday?
Brand's Hat.
Yeah, that's a crazy fun track. So please stay tuned for that one.
Alrighty, well, Warren, I appreciate everything that you do. I appreciate every single one of you joining in here tonight, YouTube lands. Warren, if you are racing in Sports Car Endurance League tomorrow, best of luck to you. That'll be a exciting race. 2 hours, 40 minutes.
Me and Nico, cheer us on.
Oh, you got Nico back with you this time. Okay, that'll be a good watch here. I'll definitely I'll be cutting to you guys a couple times.
Appreciate it.
Alrighty, well, I appreciate you, Warren. Once again, thank you everybody for joining in here tonight, and whether the vertical broadcast or if you caught the horizontal one. My name's Sean Stam. Everybody have a great rest of your night. Thank you so much.